Hello and welcome to another Star Citizen podcast. I am your adorable young host, BoredGamer, and I'm with... What's this? And I'm with Zinnia. Zinnia's also here. Say hello, Zin.
Hello, Zin.
Monster. Right, we're going to be talking about some stuff today. It's a bit of a drought period for Star Citizen in some ways, and we've also got the Foundation Festival, which is something to bridge the gap, I suppose. We're still waiting on Alpha 3.24 to go to wider PTU and live and stuff. There been talk about the Blockade Runner mission, cargo missions, and I sort of want to take a quick stab at, do we think that CIG are in a good position to get those CitizenCon features they talked about last year into game by the end of this year? So, how you doing, Zin?
Yeah, I'm all right. Thanks for asking. How are you?
Yeah, I'm all right. I'm sort of settled into my new house pretty well. Lots of work's been done. It's going well. Still
not got your echoing sorted out yet?
Well, I mean, it depends what you mean by that. Like, I think I've got the echo down really well. It's pretty good echo. If a dolphin was in here, it'd be able to find me pretty quickly. If that's an echo, the dolphin, echo like it. I'll continue with the podcast. So, it's a drought period in Star Citizen at the moment, kind of. And you get this sort of around this time every year. And what I mean by that is, actually, there's more to do in Star Citizen than ever before, to be honest. And it's very cool. I actually really enjoy the game. But I'm sort of addicted to the new stuff. The game's still in alpha. We're wanting the next new big thing. And this sort of drought period is typically, we're waiting on a major patch. We've been hyped on that major patch. And there's typically a lull in like content that CIG are putting out, or they're putting out stuff that's not so interesting as dev information. It'll be like some more fluff pieces, that sort of stuff, or just nothing coming out. And this is sort of also paired with a lack of interesting events. And we'll come to the Foundation Festival in a minute. So do you think I'm right with this, Sin? Do you think this is a sort of lull period you get every year around July, August period? Or am I severely mistaken?
No, I think you're right. I think it's probably even worse this year because of 4.0. I think that they're putting a lot of focus into getting 4.0 done. There is not much else for them like that they're doing. Not that there usually is, but you know, there won't be anything super interesting.
And I think we're hyped about that. Now, don't get me wrong. I am really excited for 3.24 and those cargo features. Really am. But they were supposed to come out with 3.23. Mm-hmm. So it's sort of like they're going, well, we're elongating this patch cycle and actually renaming 3.23.x to 3.24 to have those cargo features on. And they are game-changing. They are absolutely fantastic if you like cargo, and super important sort of physicalizing inventory properly and loads of stuff like that, and those cargo hauling missions. Awesome. We're still waiting on that, though. It's only an EVOCATI. We're waiting on that. We're waiting for it to go to wider PTU. We're waiting on 4.0. It's a lot of waiting. And that's what I mean by the drought. There's a lot of stuff that we're waiting on, and that can cause a bit of fatigue in the Star Citizen community in regards to actually playing the game, because they're like, well, I want to play the next cool thing that I know everyone's talking about, and why would I play this now when I'm hyped about this content?
There is quite a lot of people who only play Star Citizen for the new stuff at the moment, because there's not much point trying to progress or keep progression, because although it is better now than it was, it's still, the game will still eventually reset when it gets released.
The amount I play Star Citizen between major patches and after like going through all the content that I want it's fractional compared to the time I play when a new patch comes out. So yeah, I'm all for those new patches. I'm all for patches that are in EVOCATI and PTU and all that sort of stuff. I'll play them a good amount, and then when a patch goes live, I'll test out all the stuff. I'll mess around with stuff. But I come to a point where I'm going like, and now I'm waiting for the next big thing. I think a lot of people are like me. I think a lot of people are actually even more touristy than me, where they'll just want to play that new content, go, oh, it's cool, and then come back when there's the next new patch. They don't even explore the new content fully. So how do you feel about Star Citizen? Like, I know you're basically covering it because you've got it as a job.
It's my job, yeah.
But with content for it, do you see yourself more of as a tourist sort of just exploring it and being interested in that new content, and then waiting, like okay, next new patch, let's look at the new content there? Or is it something like you want to see the deeper mechanics, or you're interested in it all coming together? What's the sort of your views on this?
So I was actually just thinking about this. I think I kind of see it like a single player game almost that I don't have any real save states in.
Okay.
So I just keep coming back when there is something new, because I'll literally be coming back to it fresh, like I'm base level sort of thing. Yeah, because there keeps on being wipes and that sort of stuff. And as I said, it's not as bad as it used to be, but it's still there. Yeah. The feel, the fact that you know that your progression is not saved yet for long term is enough to stop a lot of people playing. Even though sort of wipes are a lot rarer nowadays. It used to be wipes constantly. Now it's quite rare, but still obviously happens. Yeah, that's an interesting one. Yeah, I mean, there will be eventually a complete wipe. Yeah. So I just sort of stick my foot in every now and then to see how the waters. Yeah, test out the new event or whatever. Play that. Go, oh, this is some cool new content. I want to see where this goes. Maybe play through a mission loop, or whatever. But yeah, I play Star Citizen a bit more than that, and I do enjoy some of the meta stuff. I'm a bad pilot compared to good pilots or anyone that's got any form of skill. But I enjoy Star Citizen. I will play Arena Commander a load more in the sort of in-between periods while I'm waiting for patches. Just because I know I can get a quick, easy game and test out things that I want and do the ship combat that I want to do in it. I'm glad you enlightened me on your views on that. But yeah, we're waiting on stuff. It's a bit of a drought period for some stuff, and it seems to be common every year. We've got the Foundation Festival at the moment. Now, there's some cool stuff going on in the Foundation Festival, but it doesn't really hold my interest. So there is a ship sale, 10 or 11 ships. Yeah, 11 ships on sale. And then there's free fly going on at the moment, so everyone can try Star Citizen for free until the 19th of July. And everyone also gets 10 ships to try during that period as well, whether you're a current backer or a new backer, whatever. Or just trying the game free. And it is a pretty good range of ships. They've got things like the Prospector and the Vulture in there. There's a huge range of fighters and tons of different ships. Got the Cutlass Red, just loads of stuff in there. So that's pretty cool. And I like the fact that they're going try out all these ships. There's some discount starter packages as well. And using the guide system, which is sort of like on the RSO website that goes, teach me how to do X. You sort of choose a skill. I want to learn how to mine. I want to get better at dogfighting or whatever. It pairs you up with another player and they sort of teach you. If you do that during the Foundation Festival, you get potentially loads of rewards for helping out new people, and they get rewards as well for using the guide system. So what do you think of the Foundation Festival overall, Zin? Is it sort of like, yeah, this is really cool, I did get new people into the game? Or is it sort of like, yeah, but it doesn't really hold my interest either? I mean, the second one, I think it's great. Like, because there's going to be people who come in and don't know what they're doing. There isn't... I haven't tried the tutorial yet still. I still need to do that, so I don't know what it consists of. But obviously, if you want to focus on certain mechanics, certain gameplay loops, then it is nice to have someone to literally talk to and ask specific questions to and get answers for. But yes, it's not something I'm interested in. I'm going to send you off to do the tutorial later this week. Okay. Definitely doing that tutorial. I thought you'd done that, but I suppose why would you? No, almost every single time I've loaded in, and when it's gone, do you want to do the tutorial? I'm like, no, because I've got this thing I need to do right now. Originally, you gave you a reward of some gear, some like armor and stuff. I have not tried the tutorial in ages since they first put it in, and now it's obviously at multiple locations. But yeah, maybe we should go back and check the tutorial to see what is lacking before we do another Star Citizen video anyway. Yeah. Because we'll have to do one for 4.0. And we might do one for 3.24, although 3.24 is more going to be Cargo Citizen for the most part. But yeah, so 3.24, talking about that, it's still an EVOCATI. Now, I had expected it to be wider PTU at the latest last week. So what do I know? Zin's very good at working out times and dates for stuff. Me, very bad. I'm too optimistic. These latest EVA patches that they've been putting out there, because they've been putting them out semi-regularly, that sort of mainly fixes, tweaks the economy, tweaks the cargo loading, unloading stuff.
They still haven't tested properly the cargo and economy rebalance, although I suppose they're doing that at the moment. They just don't require feedback for it. I haven't played the blockade runner missions yet. I don't think they've been put into the EVOCATI at all unless they've stuck them in and I haven't seen them. But I don't think much is blocking 3.24 to wider PTU now, other than just sort of general stability and bug stuff. And CIG should probably be able to solve that early this week. So, Zin, what do you think with this? Do you think that they're going to be able to get 3.24?
I'm going to stop you here. You don't even need to ask me questions. I'll tell you what I think.
Yeah.
Obviously, there's issues, and obviously there were issues before, because if it was just a case of, oh, we've got a few bugs to fix and it's going to take a little bit longer, so we're going to put it into a new patch, it would have been out already. And the fact that it's still an Evo and it's not come out yet means that there is obviously something that is pretty egregious.
So there's lots of little bugs. Obviously, the cargo freight elevators and the spawning of ships in your hangar, and there's a load of stuff that is hugely game-changing, especially from the sort of back end. So obviously lots of issues with that can happen, and like spawning too much cargo or players having too much cargo and stuff like that can cause crashes to the servers and severe sort of performance drain. There is instability, though it's significantly better than it was when they first put the Evo out. Yeah, I suppose we'll just have to wait and see. There are more problems than I'm facing when I play, because I typically, when I test out an Evo patch or whatever, it'll be relatively early in the morning in the UK, and there seems to be a lot less people online, if the EVOCATI servers are even up, but a lot less people online, and I think that probably means the servers are just more stable for me, because I'd have very few problems. I mean, I still have problems where, like, I've only been able to do a couple of the actual cargo loops because of instability or bugs. But as far as the EVOCATI goes, it's actually pretty solid patch. Yeah, I'm expecting first wave PTU soon, but as Sin said, we will basically be in your hands to wider PTU when it's ready to be in your hands for wider PTU. Blockade Runner, have you seen anything on this? Did you watch the Inside Star Citizen on it?
That was a couple of months ago, wasn't it?
No, so they...
Blockade Runner 1? Or has it just been... I didn't watch this one.
Oh, you dumb Sin.
I've been at the zoo.
You have, feeding the giraffes and spending time with the ringtail lemurs. Okay, that's fair. So, yes, they did a little one on Blockade Runner and talked about it a while ago. Yes. In the most recent Inside Star Citizen, they talked about cargo mission updates.
Okay.
And the Blockade Runner missions. This is actually kind of cool because it's an evolved, changed version of the Ninetales lockdown that was had some problems and wasn't particularly popular as an event for people to do.
Okay.
But the Blockade Runner, basically it goes, there is a server-wide mission for lawful players to help a station. So a station is being blockaded by pirates. I believe it is Ninetales for the most part, again, being blockaded by pirates. And they've stolen a load of cargo from that station or other stations. And you need to get the Zeta Prolonade, the cargo, back to that station. And you take the mission, there's a load of points around that goes, there might be pirates here with the cargo. And you can go to one of like 6 or 7 points, and you go there, you beat up the pirates, and hopefully board their ship to get the cargo back. Because you need to get a lot of cargo as a group, and blowing up their ship, well, that means like 70% of the cargo explodes with it.
Yeah.
So it encourages you to disable their ship or damage their ship, then board it, which obviously can be relatively dangerous if other pirates are turning up. And then after you've got some of that cargo, you take it back to the station, but there's loads of enemies there. It's a blockade. So you have to sort of fight your way through, and I believe more and more waves of enemies sort of spawn while you're getting through, and you can be quantum interdicted and stuff like that. And then you're sort of covering your teammates while they're landing, and I suppose they go into hangars. They get the cargo, and then you need to get a ton of cargo overall as a group, and then you sort of complete that mission. I really like that sort of stuff because it's basically a nice section of Xenothreat that they've refined and made a bit more combatty and fun, and then gone, this is its own set of missions now. Do you like the idea of like sort of Blockade Runner and what they've done with it, with that in mind? Or any questions on it?
Yeah, no, I mean, it sounds cool. So I'm not sure I'll be any good at it, but...
You're good at loading boxes in. You like a bit of boarding.
Well, it's more so getting them safely to the station.
Well,
running the blockade.
We can cover other people, eh?
Yeah.
Right, so what else do we have? Oh, yeah, so they were talking about the cargo missions as well. So cargo missions are pretty cool. They're pretty refined already. There's sort of pick up and drop off missions. They're sort of much larger scale than box missions that you had, and they make use of the cargo elevators. So you go to a place, you get some cargo, it basically spawns it in your freight elevator. You might have multiple pickup zones, you might have multiple drop-off zones, or it might just be one big pick-up and drop-off. And these all scale with reputation, so you get higher grades of missions the more reputation you have, and that will give you more valuable, sizable cargo. They're still balancing the rewards for all of this. So this is actually something I wanted to talk to you about, Zin. So they've got an algorithm for RVE. I think it was reward versus effort.
Okay.
Or effort versus reward, whatever round it was. So this basically takes into account time and difficulty when generating a mission to get you the correct reward. Now, I believe this is sort of an interim thing before we have a more dynamic economy. Is that something you're sort of excited for, that your mission's going to be appropriately rewarded? Or do you think, well, actually, those algorithms aren't going to take into account lots of stuff and people trying to always find the best route to stuff? And you might have all these cool missions, but most players are going to go, actually, I want to do the way that makes me the most money the quickest, so I'm only going to do this particular type of thing. And lots of this stuff then gets, not played or not used so much.
No, I think if people work out the best way to get the most amount of money, then do it. That's what it's there for, surely.
Yeah, I suppose when you have a dynamic economy, right, that's always changing. So you'd have everyone trying out all of the missions. And
I mean, I think it'll be great because you'll get people who would have jumped into a mission, not like done the bare minimum, but still got all the rewards.
Okay, yeah, I see what you mean. Some more expansive, interesting rewards and different things. Hopefully, it won't just be. My hope is that there won't just be one route to making the most money. There's going to be lots of different things and lots of stuff going on that makes it a bit more interesting. And you'd have to engage your brain to make the most money. I know, obviously, with loading and unloading, that's an interesting way. Do you just do it automatically, or do you go, well, actually, I'm going to load and unload myself to effectively make more money? Before we go, at CitizenCon last year,
yes,
they basically went, look at all this stuff. Look at all this cool stuff, from base building to loads of cool new Squadron 42 features that they'll bring over the persistent universe, to scanning and all these FPS updates. There was loads of flight updates and combat updates. Basically, they said, we are going to be bringing most of this, if not all of this, what have you seen at CitizenCon, into the game over the next 12 months. So by the end of 2024, basically what they were saying. Do you think they're going to be able to meet that, or are doing well at meeting that objective?
I don't know. I hope so.
So, well, obviously, we've seen things like the Squadron 42 FPS updates and the mini-map, the star map. There's actually a ton of stuff they've already added. And really, we're looking for more refinement to the flight mechanics and master modes and stuff. But I mean, they have added them. And base building. Like, do you think they're going to be able to get anything base buildy into game by the end of the year?
Oh, that's a good point.
Uh-huh.
Well, no, it wouldn't be the end of the year.
But,
they said within 12 months. Yeah.
So I'm being more reasonable in saying by the end of this year.
I'm giving them another 3 months.
Yeah, give them another 3 months.
I don't think they'll get base building in.
Do you think they might get something?
It's not even.
A little
it's not
bit
even
base
mentioned.
building.
No. They haven't even got personalised hangars in yet.
Well, that's 3.24.
Yeah, and it's not out yet.
It's not out yet. You're right. We've still got 4.0. That's a really good point. Like, I think the end of the year patch is going to be 4.0 or 4.0.x. And base building, I think they might get something to do loosely with base building in the game, like maybe like something land claimy. I was thinking that originally they were going to get like sort of, you could place very small structures maybe, or something like that with hand tools or something. But I think that even the lowest level of base building is unlikely for the end of the year. Right? That's fair to say? You're very much like, no way, no way base building.
No, I don't see it.
But I think they've done pretty well with a lot of the other stuff they've got in game, right? Like, they've already got a ton of that stuff they showed at CitizenCon in game. And now we want 4.0, pyro, server meshing, jump points, and all that pyro gameplay area, pyro missions. And I think if they get that in, and it's in a playable patch, and it's nice and refined state by the end of the year, I'm going to be pretty happy. So one of the reasons I was talking about that is because I saw a couple of people making videos that there's obviously big, basically Star Citizen deadlines for stuff that they'd set at CitizenCon, saying they were going to get most of this stuff in or the start of it within 12 months. But I don't think that base building is viable now, just because we haven't had anything on it. I thought that maybe we'd have it at a really tiny scale, or they'd go, well, actually, we're not going to have base building, but you could go to HABs that are on villages and settlements already there, and then have your customization there or something like that. But I don't think that's even viable now. Anything else that you're not sure what else there is that they're missing from the CitizenCon?
I'm sure there's lots of little things that we've just overlooked. But...
Well, it's sort of Squadron 42 features, some more of that and more of that refinement coming over, some more of the combat and flight features coming over. And this refinement to master modes. And I think one of the things was the new quantum jump/boost stuff. We're waiting on that. Mm-hmm. But I think
a lot of it is possibly, going to be just 4.0. Yeah,
but I think we're on track for most of the other stuff is what I'm saying. And there's like other ships and vehicles, but I think they're pretty good with that. Like probably having the Polaris by CitizenCon / Intergalactic Aerospace Expo time. Things like that's going to be pretty cool. I think people are pretty excited for that. But yeah, and I'm excited for CitizenCon this year, 19th and 20th of October. Zin and I might be down there a day or so earlier just to go to other bar citizens and meet up with people and do a Manchester run. Not a run, just a visit and enjoy Manchester. Yeah, tell us what you think, what you're expecting from CitizenCon this year. Do you think they're going to magically have some form of base building-y type stuff in by the end of the year? Was there any features that you're like, there's no way they're going to get this in from CitizenCon last year? Have you been playing 3.24 on the EVOCATI patches? Are you participating in the Foundation Festival as a guide or as a new player? Or are you a bit meh? You buy new ships? Do you think this is a bit of a drought period for Star Citizen information, but you're playing it loads, or you're waiting for the next big thing, waiting for 4.0? And are you excited for the Blockade Runner? Whatever your thoughts or questions, whether it be about cargo or about Star Citizen or about how am I such a beautifully attractive potato, you can put that in the comments down below. I will read it. Say goodbye, Zin.
Goodbye, Zin.
Thanks for watching. You have a great day, and peace. I'm a futuristic cyborg sent back in time for one purpose. Give me your boots, your jacket, and your nordvpn.com/BoredGamer. Get NordVPN if you want to live on the internet. It's the only thing that will protect you against Skynet and my Terminator impression. It gives you greater accessibility, security, and privacy on the internet as well. You should use the links below. Every month, we have a ship giveaway. For July, we're giving away a Constellation Taurus. This workhorse allows you to do some solid cargo running, as well as some combat and room for a small crew. It's just a great all-round mission runner and awesome ship to experience Star Citizen with. This comes with access to the game and lifetime insurance as well. All you need to do to be in for a chance of winning that is comment on any of my videos made during July. Each video is another chance to win. More details in the description below. Please consider supporting the channel with the join button under my videos or via Patreon, links below to all of that. It goes a long way in helping us to be able to make daily Star Citizen content and Zin's lore videos, all that sort of jazz. Thank you so much to all the glorious members that already do that. Thank you, thank you, thank you. You can always help as well by sharing, liking, subscribing, and getting involved in the comments section. And thank you very much for those of you that watched to the end. It is appreciated.